Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. The greatest failure in life may not be a failure in one's career, but rather failing to manage one's family well. Although some people may disagree with this view, every person who strives hard harbors a common ideal in their heart, to provide a better life for their family. In China, the phrase, family defeated, person doomed, is often used to describe a person's complete failure. And, family defeated, usually comes before, person doomed. Meaning that as long as the family is still intact, there is still hope, and life can begin anew. Therefore, in traditional Chinese thinking, the family is the most important foundation for an individual. If one loses their family, no matter how great their achievements are, they seem meaningless. Especially for the elderly. A broken family often means loneliness and misery in old age, which is undoubtedly the greatest failure in life. So, how can one protect the foundation of the family and avoid its breakdown or the distancing of family ties? Especially as one ages, some seemingly ordinary decisions can have far-reaching impacts on family relationships, even leading to the family's disintegration. For this, there are two things that must not be taken away from the family too early by children, or else the family is likely to fall apart. The first is savings. Do not easily allow children to take away the family savings. Although wealth is ultimately meant to be passed down to the next generation, giving all the assets to children in advance is not necessarily a wise decision. There is an example in Chinese history. In the late Qing dynasty, there was a notorious spendthrift, Zhoro Yenshen. He was the 17th prince of Kunsheng, inheriting the hereditary title of Iron Hat Prince. At 18, he inherited the title and family fortune, and was expected to live a comfortable life. However, within just a few years, he squandered the wealth accumulated by his ancestors for over 300 years. Even selling off his ancestors' royal tombs. The most tragic part was that his mother died due to extreme grief, and he eventually became a coachman, struggling to make a living. Although this story is from a distant past, it makes us reflect: can ordinary Chinese families be compared to royal families? Even a family with immense wealth can collapse overnight due to reckless spending. So how much more vulnerable are we ordinary families? Moreover, young people may not necessarily have the capability to manage wealth, and giving a large portion of the family assets to children too early often presents a great risk. Even if it's to support the children's careers, it's important to strike a balance. The remaining wealth in the family is the foundation, and once it's gone, the family loses its economic pillar. If the children squander or fail in their business endeavors, the family will suffer a serious blow. The second is, never let children easily take away filial piety and sibling love. Here, filial piety and sibling love has two layers of meaning. Filial piety refers to children's respect for their parents, paying back the debt of their upbringing, while sibling love refers to the harmony and closeness between brothers and sisters, with mutual care and support. As the ancients said, among all virtues, filial piety comes first. Filial piety towards parents is one of the foundations of Chinese culture. But in modern society, we sometimes overlook this point. Filial piety is not just about material support, but more importantly, it's about spiritual care and companionship. When parents grow old, the concern and care from children often determine the harmony and stability of a family. If children, busy with their careers, neglect their filial duties, then no matter how rich the material wealth is, the family relationships may gradually distance. In Chinese history, there are several touching examples. The first is Xiao Chang, an official from the northern Song dynasty, who demonstrated true filial piety through his actions. Xiao Chang, courtesy name Kong Shu, was from Anhui. Zhu was very intelligent and passed the Imperial examination at 27, entering the official ranks. However, he had been separated from his mother, Lu Shi, since childhood. And for 50 years, he had no news of her. To find his mother, Zhu searched everywhere and traveled to countless places, often shedding tears from longing for his mother. In a bid to show his sincerity, he even burned incense and prayed at a Buddhist temple. And, following Buddhist practices, burned his back and head. Finally, after hearing that his mother might be in the Shaanxi area, he resigned from his official post and set off alone on a long journey to search for her. After much effort, Xiao Chang finally found his mother, Lu Shi, in Tongzhou, Shaanxi, where she was over 70 years old. It turned out that Lu Shi had remarried to a man named Dang, and had children with him. Xiao Chang not only brought his mother back home, but also took the Dang family into his home and supported them, showing his selfless filial heart. When this touching story of mother and son reunited reached the Emperor Shenzong of Song, he ordered that Zhu be reinstated and restored his official position. Xiao Chang's filial piety not only earned the recognition of Emperor Shenzong, but also garnered praise from many scholars, including Su Shi and Wang Yunxi. Zhu's career also flourished, and he was eventually promoted to the position of Zhong Sandafu, living to the age of 70. He lived a life of loyalty and filial piety. And after his passing, white magpies were often seen resting by his tomb, making him a model of virtue for generations to come. The second person, Janggu, was a legendary filial son. He lost his father at a young age and depended on his mother for support. However, fate was not kind to him. In an era of turmoil, he had to not only care for his elderly mother but also endure war and hardship. Once, while fleeing from the chaos of war, he encountered a group of robbers. Facing these fierce robbers, Janggu tearfully begged, "I have an elderly mother, please spare our lives." His sincere emotions moved the robbers, and they finally let him go, guiding him to a place far away from the battlefield. Despite being in a foreign land, Janggu worked tirelessly, doing his best to provide for his mother's well-being. After his mother passed away, Janggu was devastated and lost the will to live. He spent almost all his time at his mother's grave, suffocated by grief and longing. The local officials were deeply moved by his filial piety and decided to recommend him for an official position. Soon, Janggu rose through the ranks due to his intelligence and moral character, earning the emperor's favor. Despite his career flourishing, Jiang Ji's heart was always with his mother, and he repeatedly requested permission from the court to return home to honor her memory. In the end, Jiang Ji's immense filial devotion earned him the respect of the world and he became a timeless model of filial piety. The third person, Wu Meng, courtesy named Shiyun, was a famous Taoist from the Jin dynasty and one of the 12 true lords of the Jingming sect, a disciple of the heavenly master Su Sun. In the second year of the Song dynasty's Zhenghe era, he was posthumously titled Zhenren, true immortal. Wu Meng was born into a poor family, so poor that they couldn't even afford a mosquito net. During summer, the large mosquitoes in the south swarmed in, making it difficult to sleep at night. At just 8 years old, Wu Meng saw how hard his parents worked every day while enduring mosquito bites that kept them awake, and he felt deeply sorry for them. To help his parents sleep peacefully, Wu Meng came up with a plan. Every night, he would strip off his clothes and lie next to his parents, naked. Because his skin was tender and smooth, the mosquitoes would focus on him, biting him countless times. Although the pain and itching were unbearable, Wu Meng never swatted the mosquitoes, silently enduring the discomfort. He knew that once the mosquitoes had fed on his blood, they would leave his parents in peace. Though his actions were simple and innocent, they showed his deep love and responsibility for his parents. At the age of 8, Wu Meng was willing to endure such pain for his parents, which was truly touching. Later, Wu Meng's story was included in the 24 filial exemplars, and his enduring mosquito bites became a symbol of filial piety, passed down through the ages. The fourth person, Huang Tingjian, was a famous poet and calligrapher of the Northern Song Dynasty. Born into a scholarly family in Xiaoshui, Jiangxi. From a young age, he was intelligent and studious, with exceptional memory. In 1067, he passed the imperial examination and eventually held important government positions, such as county magistrate and editorial official. Huang Tingjian was deeply influenced by Su Shi in his literary creations and, along with Zhang Lei, Chao Buji, and Qin Guan, was known as one of the four scholars of the Su Gate. In his poetry, Huang Tingjian proposed innovative concepts like turning iron into gold and recasting bones, founding the influential Jiangxi school of poetry. However, what is most revered about Huang Tingjian is his profound filial piety. Even though he held high-ranking positions, Huang Tingjian never forgot his duty to his mother. During the time when his mother was ill, Huang Tingjian personally washed her chamber pot almost every night, a rare act among officials at the time. Some believed this behavior was beneath his status, but Huang Tingjian firmly believed that honoring one's parents was a natural duty and that no matter what position he held, he should never change this. His unwavering filial love, symbolized by his act of washing his sick mother's chamber pot, was later included in the 24 filial exemplars, and was known as washing the parents' pot. It became a lasting example of filial piety that has influenced generations. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.